Hey, this is Casey from the Deer Hunter, and you're watching Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Wheeler's Weekend Jams here, live and direct, coming at you from Riot Fest 2015 in Chicago. And here I'm standing with Casey from the Deer Hunter. How you doing today, sir?
Very good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Riot Fest, it's a beautiful day. How's Riot Fest been treating you so far?
Actually, it sort of picked up perfectly right before we played because it was muddy, and well, it's still muddy, but it was raining and dark and sad. And then 7 to 10 seconds before we started, the skies parted and it was beautiful and sunny and everyone looked happy. Yeah. And people were watching us, which I didn't think would happen, so it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For a show like this, as a musician, what is a good supply? What do you pack for a show like this?
Well, we kind of have everything with us because we're doing a tour around this, but I don't know. I mean, the same thing we do for anything. We always pack way too many guitars and not enough clothes. That's usually kind of what we do. But yeah, I don't know. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yeah, basically. That's fine. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything funny.
It's okay. Well, your guys, your fourth album just came out, Rebirth and Reprise. Tell us how the creation and the recording process was for this album for you.
It started with me just sort of writing skeletons to songs for a good number of the tracks, and then the band came to my studio in Port Angeles, Washington for a few months, and between writing and jamming and sort of revisiting those skeletons and fleshing them out, then we tracked all of their parts from drums, bass, guitars, and then I took a trip down to Berkeley, California to work with an orchestra called Awesome Orchestra.
Really?
At a studio called Fantasy Studios. And for the entirety of the record, I had the orchestra play throughout it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, you guys have, every album has a different vibe to it. There's a different tone. From like the very beginning, was that in your head already? Like you wanted each album to have a different kind of set vibe for it? Or was it just kind of, that's just how it happened?
I think it wasn't as much a clear formed idea that every record should be different as much as it was making sure that we weren't pandering to a demographic or a genre, and that the natural progression that happens over the course of your life, or as a songwriter, a singer, anything, that natural progression was sort of kept intact in whatever record we were doing. So it wasn't like we need to change it up now. It was more just where am I at in my life as a songwriter, and how can I organically translate that to an album at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no pressure. Just kind of let it go smoothly. Yeah,
exactly.
Makes sense. So now you guys, after Riot Fest, any upcoming tours?
No, we're on one right now. It started last night in Akron, Ohio. I think tomorrow night we're in Minneapolis, and that's it. I mean, that's not the whole tour, but that's the beginning of the tour. These are the first 3 nights. We just got back from Europe, and then we're on tour until the end of October.
Oh, cool. Yeah. You guys coming back to Chicago anytime soon?
No, we're not allowed. We're not allowed. You can't do that. You do something like this, and they stop you from playing for the next 2 years to make sure. But no. The hope is that we can come back sometime early next year or as soon as we can. But at the moment, this is sort of our Chicago show. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it could not have gone better. We were so incredibly surprised that many people were watching us.
Yeah, it's great. It's always great to have you guys. And well, I have one more question to ask you. I ask every band this, but I'm a big movie buff.
Okay.
And if you had to compare The Deer Hunter to a movie, what movie would it be and why?
I would say Brazil by Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam, yep.
Because even though there are things that might seem surreal about our music, or things that might on the surface strike you as overcomplicated or convoluted, the source of all of it is a heartfelt meaning, and there's actually a very clear heartfelt message within the songs. It just takes the right level of patience to kind of dig through. And a film like that, I mean, on first watching, a lot of people would be severely turned off, missing the point just because of all of the, you've seen it, I would assume.
Yes. You have to see it a couple times to really, I mean, it's just like Fear and Loathing, but anything by Terry Gilliam's like that. I mean, Monty Python, for God's sakes. Yeah. That's my shit right there, Totally. Well, hey, man, if there's anything you want to say out there to the fans, where to find you on the internet and all that.
I'm sure if you just Google the Deer Hunter, DEAR, don't make that mistake. But other than that, it's just, I mean, thank you very much for having me, and thanks for watching, I suppose. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Casey, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Absolutely.
And remember to tune in to WheelersWeekendJams.com and check out our brand new Patreon page at patreon.com/WWJ.
Wheelers Weekend Jams.